You hit the day after you finish it and wake up, and all of a sudden, you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to eat. You know, you have to eat breakfast, but what do you eat? How do you do this? Stop doing that. I have 4 tips for you today, and we're going to go over and talk about what you should stop doing and give you some suggestions for what you can do so that your next challenge, whether it is cleanse, detox, fitness, nutrition, I don't care what it is, when you get to that next chosen challenge, it's going to be the key to your long-term health and wellness. Rather than going and doing all these challenges and waking up the day after not knowing which direction to go in and effectively only ending up with a few good weeks, a few healthy weeks. What's the point of that? Not cool. No, we're not going there. We're going to stop doing that. We're going to do something better. All right? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. It is time to get healthy and stay healthy versus sitting on that hamster wheel trying to just do challenge after challenge after challenge, cleanse after cleanse after cleanse, and not knowing what to do when you're finished. By the time we're done today, you will know. And those challenges will now be motivation versus just trying to live a healthier life. Because going challenge to challenge to challenge, that's no way to live a life. And here's why. Here's why I'm laughing. Because when you do a challenge, when you choose to do a cleanse or detox or diet, whatever you want to call it, okay, you're focusing the majority of your attention on your health, on improving your health. And when that time frame is over, you're supposed to return to just living a healthy, active life. It is supposed to catapult you and help kickstart you into this healthier life. It is not meant to be, here's a few good weeks, now go back to what you were doing before. Have you done that? I know I have. Before I even lost my weight originally in 2003, which for those of you who don't know, I lost 100 pounds, thanks to the help of a nutritionist and more specifically my trainer. And really what they did was they taught me that everything I was doing was sabotaging myself. So today we're going to talk about what not to do when you finish a challenge and how to stop sabotaging yourself. You've chosen these things for a reason. Let's make the best of it. So that's what we're going to talk about today. For those of you who are new here, my name is Bonnie. Welcome to Healthy in a Wild World. We talk about everything and anything that is going to help you get and be healthy in a wild world. Because as anybody who's looked around, you know, this world's gotten it's gone a little cray-cray, you guys. So we're gonna go with it. We are gonna be healthy in a wild world. Got it? And today we're gonna talk about how to not sabotage yourself, how to stop doing that at the end of your next challenge, detox, cleanse, like I said, whatever you want to call it. No more sabotaging yourself. We are done with that. All right? I have 4 tips for you today. Let's get into it, shall we? And stick around. I got some surprises for you later today. All right? Later on, hang out with me for a minute. For those of you who don't know, I definitely have ADHD, and I usually use notes to keep myself on track. Last week, I used my computer. It actually worked out really, really well. So the computer is back. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I can talk about these topics all day long, but I can also go off on tangents, and we want to stay focused. You want this information. You do not want me to take you on a nice little roller coaster ride around the world. So notes are down below. You ready? All right, so the very first thing I want to explain and mention to you, the very first tip, is before you even do a diet or a challenge, let's backtrack. For purposes of this video, we're just going to call it all challenges because that's really what it is. whether you're doing a new diet, whether you are trying a cleanse, whether you are, having to do an elimination of some sort because you received a sensitivity report, an allergy report, or some lab testing came back and now you're looking at chronic illness or autoimmune dysfunction. Whatever the case may be, there's a million names for it. So for purposes of this video, we're going to call it a challenge. Okay? We're going to use the word challenge. So now with any challenge that you do, you want to make sure that you prep properly. Any person that comes to me and wants to do a challenge, they are asked to pick a start date. All right? And I know everyone here is like, but I picked this challenge. I'm going to start it tomorrow. You've got some prep work to do. Because, yeah, you could just start right away, but let's be realistic for a minute. Life is busy. Life is chaotic. You have what you have in your fridge and in your pantry. Do those ingredients align with what you're supposed to be eating for the next 3 to 4 weeks? And now for this, we can talk about 3 days, we can talk about 7, and for the majority of this, that does apply here. But I'm specifically talking about those 30-day challenges, the 3-week challenges, things like that, because those are things that truly make an impact on your body. Your body changes in those 3 weeks. Okay? You don't cement changes for a good 4 to 6 weeks, and that's just the beginning. It actually takes a full year of practice before your brain goes, okay, this is new life. We're going to hang out here as long as we absolutely can. And that shifts everything over. So when you're starting a new challenge, you want to make sure you're prepped. You want to make sure when you wake up on day 1 of your challenge that you've got what you need in your fridge, not just for eating, but for emergencies. When you get hungry and you aren't supposed to eat for 2 more hours, is there something you can do? Can you have lemon water, cucumber water? Can you have some vegetables? Those are things I actually recommend to all of my clients, is if you get hungry, have some vegetables. And if that doesn't work, cucumber water, throw some watermelon in there, strawberries, lemon, lime. Give yourself a little bit of flavor. Have some herbal tea, something that just gives your body a little taste bud. Sometimes you need the mastication. Sometimes you just need a little flavor. These are things you want to make sure you have already in place at the ready. You do not want to walk into a grocery store hungry while you are on a cleanse. That is the worst sabotage you could ever do to your body, because you're walking in hungry. Your brain is being ruled by basically your leptin and your ghrelin. They're having this fight. We're fine. No, we're not. We're fine. We're starving. We're fine. We're hungry. We're fine. Are you crazy? Look at this food on the shelf. These cookies look amazing. And somehow they make it into your cart, onto the turnstile, into your car, and back home. And you'll be lucky if they make it back home without making it into your mouth. Don't go to the grocery store hungry. All right? This is why prep work is important. So before you even start a cleanse or a challenge, all right, you know your challenge is coming up. Get your shopping list. Go through your refrigerator. Go through your pantry. What do you already have in stock? Most challenges do not require you to buy an entirely new set of groceries for your kitchen. A lot of times you've already got it. So get your shopping list. Day 1, prep work. You want 3 days, all right? Day 1, check your kitchen. Day 2, go shopping. Day 3, prep anything and everything you can, all right? Does not mean that you're prepping every single week. What you are doing is you're getting yourself set for success on the first week so that you have an entire week to prep for day 2 or for week 2, okay? And then you have an entire week to prep for week 3. So you can actually do your prep work from that point forward, your meal planning. It doesn't have to be a lot, you guys. Most times what we do here, what Brian and I do, is we prep meat and the fruits and the vegetables and the side dishes. They are cooked and prepped the day of. And if we don't have time, we either steam vegetables or we make a salad. Last night you made mac and cheese, but like there's ups and there's downs. There's good days and there's bad days. You want to make sure you can prep as much as you can. So for instance, today, we went to Costco this weekend. Got meats. They're ready. They're sitting in the refrigerator. I'm going to take my chicken and cut all those big old chicken breasts in half. And I'm going to marinate them separately. And then I'm going to seal them and put them in the freezer. So that when I go to cook them, I don't have to marinate them. I suck at remembering to pull things out in time to marinate them. So part of my prep work is grocery shopping, put the marinade on, put them in the freezer. If they're cooked, and this is the thing, you guys, for your challenge, you can cook whatever animal proteins you're going to make during the entire time. Just prep it all. A great recipe that goes with just about anything: lime juice, a little bit of honey, vinegar, and a little oil. One of my tricks, Italian salad dressing. Just take Italian salad dressing, pour it over, and you can make it fresh at home, or you can buy a bottle. Your diet, your life. Sometimes I buy bottles, sometimes I make it fresh. It just kind of depends on what's going on in my life that week. So prep whatever you possibly can before you even get started on your challenge. Make sure that day one, you have everything you need. Right? You got your water bottle ready, your food is ready. Things are prepped that can be prepped. You're good. So now let's move on to number 2. When you finish your challenge, do not stop and act like it didn't happen. Don't stop and just move on with your life. One of the things you can do during the time that you're in the challenge is start paying attention. Be mindful of symptoms, of reactions, of the things your body is feeling and doing. Are you feeling more energetic? Do you notice that when you have this specific meal, because gotta tell you guys, most times those meals repeat. It's not like you eat this meal once and that's it. During a true challenge that is really fully immersed in reality, you're going to eat those meals multiple times. So if you find that certain dishes help you feel more awake, help clear that brain fog, give you energy you didn't think you had, put those down as things to eat after your challenge is over. Because obviously, whatever is in that dish, your brain and body love. So that's one dish that you want to continue eating. Do you continue eating it every single day? No, and that's okay. But you want to pay attention. You want to be mindful to those things, because there are probably some new things you haven't eaten before that all of a sudden your brain and your body are going, oh, like that. A lot of times that happens because there's micronutrients that your body actually needs. That whole biochemical individuality, it's your signal that whatever's in that dish, there is something that your body hasn't been getting enough of, and it's in that dish, and your body loves it. So keep eating it. Put it in the regular rotation. Put it in your normal day-to-day rotation, okay? Keep a running list of those things, whether it's on your phone, on your computer, post it on the refrigerator. I don't care where it goes. You put your list wherever you want to put your list. Make it convenient so that if you're eating out somewhere, because in a month you will eat out, that if you have something and it does that, you can look that recipe up, or you can make note of that dish at that restaurant and go back. Makes sense, right? There's nothing to say that you have to eat these foods and then you never eat them again. If you find that these foods help you feel better, then put them in normal rotation. Absolutely. All right, so now tip number 3. And if you've made it this far, do me a favor, comment below hydration, because that is where we're talking. All right, that's where we're going to stay for a minute. Most challenges will ask you to drink 80 plus ounces of water. Now, a healthy consumption of hydration, oh my goodness, you guys. A healthy consumption of water is half your body weight. Basic, right? Add in extreme heat, add in exercise, and you're going to need a little bit more. But you're also on a lot of challenges eating healthier foods. You're eating your fruits, you're eating your vegetables. Fruits and vegetables contain water. So you want to pay attention to your hydration. And when the challenge is done, if it's asking you to drink a gallon of water, back off a little bit, get to a healthy point where you're drinking enough water. 64 to 80 ounces is actually really good. For summertime, down here, 80 ounces is great. Make sure you put it in electrolyte, 6 ounces. And for those of you that don't know, lemonade and a pinch of salt. That acts as an electrolyte. Coconut water, pickle juice, sauerkraut, kombucha, yes, but if you're alcohol-free, kombucha is not going to be a good idea. Drink up water with a pinch of salt. There's smart water electrolytes, and that's basically what they do, is they put in the minerals that help your electrolytes replenish themselves. And what that does is it signals to your body that it should absorb the hydration you're giving it. Now, if you're going to do an electrolyte, make sure you are not overdoing the water. You want to be well hydrated. You do not want to be hypohydrated or dehydrated. And yes, both are equally as dangerous to your health. So be very careful of that. And just make sure that whatever you're drinking during that challenge, that you're staying away from those lines as well. And when it's over, if you've been drinking a gallon, you kind of want to back off slowly to about 80 to 96 ounces. And then what you want to do from there is start paying attention to what's realistic for your lifestyle, for where you live, for the activity that you do. Do you need to stay up in 96 ounces of water? Does that need to be your consumption? The only way you get that answer is by really, truly paying attention and being mindful. And if you notice, there's a trend in here. When you're doing any challenge, you want to be mindful. Be mindful of what's happening to your body. Be mindful of the choices that your brain is trying to tell you to make. Okay? And be mindful of the things that are helping you feel better versus the things that aren't really doing much. Because the things that are helping you feel better are the things that should stick around. All right? Now, before we get into our very last suggestion, I have an announcement for you guys. Just a reminder, Wednesday is our gut health class. Basically, we are going to talk about all the ins and outs about your gut balance, your microbiome, and what that even has to do with food sensitivities. It has been popping up left and right, you guys. Left and right. I have had 4 groups so far, 4 challenge groups this year. And the people who have taken advantage of the Check My Body Health, all those special deals are sending out everywhere. And I think there's even one more today. I have to go and look. I'll put it up on social media just in case. And the link is always below in the descriptions on YouTube. Every single person who has had lots of red in their sensitivity report, when we go down to digestive health and gut health, to that section, that is equally as problematic. And and this is just an example, I think I've had one person out of the last 4 who popped up with some sensitivities, but there was nothing in her gut health. Her gut health was perfectly fine. Everybody else? Mm-mm. So it was important for me to bring this topic as our next masterclass. The last one I did was all about plant-based eating and how easy it is and why you want to do it. So that should be up on YouTube. I'll make sure to link it just in case. But Wednesday is our gut health class. It's going to be in Lunch and Learn. I'm coming to you live wherever you listen to me here. I'm also going to put it up on my main profile on Facebook so that everybody can see it. I've got a great announcement for my next challenge coming up. Starting April, or not April. Oh my goodness. I want to go back a few months apparently. Starting August 10th. Okay, so August 10th is the start. If you know you want in, let me know. You've got meal plan, you've got diet, you've got recipes, guidance, support, the whole shebang, because that's what I'm all about. We do prep work, we do the challenge, and we do post work. Basically everything I'm telling you to do here. Now that leads us into the very last tip. And that last tip is to seek out support and accountability. If you did a challenge with any practitioner or coach, I can guarantee you that if you're struggling afterwards, they're happy to talk to you. It doesn't mean that you're going to sign up for another challenge. It doesn't mean you're going to spend any more money with them. But if you're struggling, the last thing any of us want is for you to do one of our challenges and struggle and not say anything and go back to the way things were, because that's kind of pointless. You had a couple good weeks. Woohoo! Great. But the point of these things, and the reason we put so many of these things out, the reason I do my lives every week, is we're all out here to help you guys get healthier. We're striving to get healthier. It's a day-to-day practice, regardless of whether you're just starting out or you've been on a healthier lifestyle journey for a while. It's a practice every single day. So if you reach the end of your challenge and you're feeling, even if you've done prep work, even if you've been mindful throughout the thing and you're throughout the whole challenge, and you get to where you're going to bed that night and the next morning you're like, I don't know what to do tomorrow. I feel lost. I feel confused. And I feel out of my element. What do I do? Step 1, just repeat the same breakfast. Step 2, get in touch. Reach out. For me, my challenges are always groups. And we always have the private community support for support. Okay, unconditional support. That is my one rule, is we provide each other unconditional support. It is a judgment-free zone, and there are no stupid questions. There are none. Do you know how many times I hear that mayo has dairy in it and it says I can't have dairy? Mayo's not dairy. It's eggs. Guess who else thought the same thing? And I was a full-time trainer nutrition coach at the time. It's creamy, it's white. Sometimes our brains screw with us. You have support, you have accountability. If whoever you've taken a challenge or a cleanse from doesn't provide that back to you at the end of your cleanse or your challenge, pop in. I don't care if you've done mine or somebody else's, you still need some support and some accountability and some sort of guidance to help you over that hump of what now. The what now is you looking at everything that you've done, taking all the recipes that feel good to you, and that week after the post work, remember, pre, during, post. Okay? The post work is where you go, okay, how am I going to live the rest of my life? Do I need to plan out my calendar for the month? Do I need to plan out a couple of meals and then fill in from there? Do I need just a list of foods to take with me everywhere I go so I don't eat crap? Because like I said, it's going to take you at least 6 weeks to really start cementing those habits into your brain. A challenge is usually 3 to 4 weeks. So from there, take the things that you've paid attention to, the things you've discovered during your challenge, and right before your challenge is over, a few days before, remember how you took those 3 days to prep? Take 3 days to look at, okay, my challenge is ending. Here are the things I want to carry with me. Here's what I need to make sure I have in my house, and here's what I need to have on hand. These are your tools, okay? Health is practice. An active lifestyle is practice. We are practicing for the rest of our lives. And if there's anything during that challenge that you did that you absolutely freaking hated, it goes. Everything else can stay. And if you decide that your post work, that week, you're going to reevaluate things and you're just going to repeat one of the weeks, go for it. Why not? If it helps you step off into the rest of your life after that challenge, feeling like you got this, by all means, that's what you do. Now, each month I put out a monthly meal plan. So the next one's coming up this Friday, okay? Next week starts a new month. So you'll get the next release on Friday. It's up on the website. I always have a link to it below in descriptions. I post it inside my private membership, which is on the Nudge app. If you're in there, you should see it there. And I also post it within the Healthy in a Wild World private community, okay, the free community. And that's a way. A lot of people, what they do is they just take the recipes and they may not follow my meal plan, but they follow and they take those recipes and they incorporate them into their lives, right? I usually tell people take one new recipe a week. Just add one new recipe, one fun thing. It's just easy. Find 4 recipes, right? A month is 4 weeks. Take 4 recipes from your challenge. Incorporate them into that month. And you will find that the signals your brain is sending, the healthier signals that you created, that you opened up, that you triggered during your challenge, will help you make better choices during that month. Make a list of healthier breakfast. Keep drinking your lemon ginger water. Keep drinking it. It's not going to hurt you to keep going with that. It won't. Drink some infused water in the afternoon. Anything that signals to your brain, okay, we're still on this healthy path. We got this. We don't have to go back. We did too much work. You did too much work during the challenge. And you do. You guys, you go into these challenges and you bust ass and then you come out and you're like, oh crap, what do I do now? No. You're going to follow these things. All right, so let's go over them again just so that they're cemented in your brain. Step 1. Make sure you have 3 stages. You're going to prep. Take your 3 days before to prep. You're going to enjoy your challenge and be mindful during that challenge. And then 3 days before, at least 3 days before your challenge ends, you're going to do some post work. Figure out how you want to exit this challenge. What do you want the week after your challenge to look like? And then during that week, you're going to look at the next week. And then eventually, when that feels like it's cumbersome and it's easy, you're going to look at a month-to-month thing. And over time, what happens is you no longer have to be so strict and mindful. But step 1, do your pre-work, be mindful during your challenge, and make sure to do your post-work. All right? Number 2, don't just stop. Whatever you do, wherever you go, do not just stop the challenge the last day and go right back to your other habits. You busted butt. You worked way too hard to do that. Keep going. And if it helps, know that typically a 30-day challenge is more like a 6-week challenge, because you've got to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, gradually figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. All right. And finally, very last tip, seek out support and accountability. Wherever you feel most comfortable, whatever practitioner you work with that helps you feel more comfortable and can give you exactly what you need, because I can talk to you, but if you won't listen to me, it's pointless. I have friends who were clients and now they're friends. And because now we're friends, well, they'll ask me advice. We can't work together in a challenge. It's hard. It's really difficult. So that's when some of my colleagues pop in, and they can still do my programs, but it's not me they're listening to. You know, it's somebody else. Sometimes we're just too close to those situations. And sometimes your brain just doesn't want to have anything to do with us. Reality. So seek your support, seek your accountability, wherever that is. And if you don't have it, pop over. We got the free community. I have the membership. I definitely have programs, for sure. But we've got ways over here on Healthy Wild World to help you feel supported unconditionally. And the majority of us have been in your shoes. So get that support, get that accountability. All right. Now, next week, what are we going to talk about? We're going to eat. We're going to eat. You know where my brain is. Next week's topic, next week's live is going to talk about, or we're going to talk about, how to eat whatever you want and still live a healthier life. Yes, it is possible. Yes, my people eat their chocolate and drink their wine. You want to know how? With me next week. I will tell you all about it. Special class is this Wednesday. You will receive that notification this afternoon, I believe. I have to go and look. I scheduled it for either this afternoon or tomorrow. So I'll go look, make sure that is scheduled, and you guys get a reminder. And if you cannot join us live, no worries. Just like these lives, they're recorded and kept on hand so that you have a quick and easy access to it whenever it is most convenient for you. Love you guys. I will chat with you soon. And remember, if you're going to go off and do a challenge, be successful. Be realistic, be successful, and know you got this. Easy peasy. Deal? All right. Cheers, you guys. I'll chat with you later.